Send it.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
Welcome to the GOAT Show, the show that celebrates and debates all things great. Today, though, I don't think we'll be celebrating. We may be debating.
Did he freeze?
First and foremost, they don't want us to talk about it.
Oh, he's frozen again.
He's rugging.
This is what happens. Well, solid moment of silence for Charlie.
Absolutely.
And yeah, man.
Okay, are we good?
Are you back?
Am I back?
Are you back?
I hear you.
We're good.
All right. Oh my gosh. Of all times to have a technical difficulty. Anyway, let's start again, shall we? My name is ZiLLY, aka Ravine. If this is the first episode you're watching, man, I don't know what to say. But I'm joined by my co-hosts, Fresh and Deezy. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you. And we're also joined by a very special guest. Going to be the highlight of the episode is just seeing your beautiful face, Mr. Josh Clements, extraordinary artist, skater dude, great dad, out there in Costa Mesa, great friend. We're just gonna get right into it because this is gonna be a heavy episode, and not sure what to say at this point, but initially we were inviting Josh on because in case you don't know who he is, and we'll put all his links in the show notes and everything, but he's someone who is not only is a student of history who knows, I would say you're like PhD level. I know you wouldn't say that, Josh, maybe, but this is like a PhD level historian. But also, we like to, now and again, we like to talk a little 9/11. We like to talk, all aspects of 9/11. And our original plan today was to do a 9/11 episode and get back into some of these conspiracies. And maybe, we did an episode of 9/11 a year ago, and it was great. And we went through a lot. And so we were just going to, okay, what do we leave behind? What do we not talk in that one? That was kind of the plan. But unfortunately, some very dark shit happened yesterday. For anybody out there, if you are at all political minded, you probably know who Charlie Kirk is, whether you like him or didn't like him or whatever. But he is a conservative commentator, YouTube influencer, youth outreach juggernaut. I mean, this guy, probably one of the most instrumental people in helping Trump get elected both times, I would say. Created and was the head of Turning Point USA, which is basically go to college campuses, have a discussion, and yesterday, unfortunately, his life was taken in a very gruesome way. And, the more I hear about it, the more I learn about it. His family was there. It's really dark and really heavy. And I don't know, I guess where we should start maybe is I think Fresh, maybe you of anybody here probably followed Charlie the closest and enjoyed his content and you know knew more about him as a person than anybody. So maybe we could just start with you, man. Like, what's been your what's your relationship with Charlie Kirk as a fan and as someone who enjoyed his content, and how do you feel right now?
I mean, I've watched him on and off. I wouldn't say like I've always been a huge fan of everything he said, but I've always really appreciated like his drive and his ability to like make change and like the change that he wants to see, and go out and have these discussions where you're supposed to have them on college campuses where your ideas are supposed to be challenged. And I mean, again, I haven't always agreed with what he said. I do agree with a lot of what he says, particularly like his stance on abortion and stuff like that. I 100% agree with him. But yeah, I mean, I've watched him on and off for forever. I feel like since he was a kid.
Right. Something there's been a lot of memorial videos today about Charlie. I think the one that got me the hardest was Candace's.
Yeah.
In light of 9/11 and these things, I think that I think there's a generation out there younger than us that probably has no concept of 9/11. You know, my nephew's like 22, 23. You know, it to them it's like the same as like Pearl Harbor or something. It like happened. I mean, he was born after it happened, you know. And the only thing that I can kind of draw kind of a comparison of the two is like, this is how it felt on 9/11. Like this feeling that we're feeling now. And any young person, I know my nephew really followed Charlie a lot, and you know, I just hate that feeling is the worst feeling in the world. This is what it felt like on 9/11. I mean, that's the only comparison I can think of. And in a couple of ways, I think one, it felt like we were really crossing into something terrifying and unknown, you know. The world was one way before 9/11, and then it was a totally different way now. And I don't know, maybe some people out there might think it's an exaggeration, but I really feel that way. Like the world was one way 2 days ago, and I feel like now it's like this new unknown, scary world, which is I don't know. And I feel like it's that because I can't recall a time where just a commentator, somebody was just expressing their voice.
MLK.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess MLK.
And
was
listen,
not
I'm not
figure.
like for anybody that's listening, I'm not trying to say Charlie Kirk is MLK. Charlie Kirk is Charlie Kirk. MLK is MLK. I'm just saying that was probably the last time somebody was just speaking.
And was just killed for. I mean, yeah, MLK and Malcolm X, I guess, are pretty good corollaries. JFK.
But he was an actual politician, right? Like
right.
These other guys were just like speakers.
Yeah. Well, MLK wasn't I mean, you have all of the political assassinations that basically happened during that time. You had JFK, MLK, Malcolm X, RFK. And then, of course, you have like these cultural phenomena, like these shockwaves that kind of happen, like John Lennon being shot. And, of course, when Ronald Reagan was shot. And it's got, so-called Black Swan events, which are these major, earth-shifting kind of events that happen, where you're sort of like, whether it is a 9/11 or it is a COVID or it's what we're going through right now. And it's sort of like when something like that happens, your immediate thought is, okay, what now? What's going to happen? What's going to be the backswing to this? And so okay, we're not going to allow to have any more conservative speakers on campuses anymore. I've seen other people saying like, oh, Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes and all these people should be,
better watch out.
Yeah, better watch out. Yeah, better be cautious now, like, and all those types of things. And like,
fucking cowards.
Look, there's a lot of qualities about all these speakers and things that I like and don't like and stuff like that. I'm not here to like cheerlead for any one of them, but just
it's for freedom of speech, bro.
Yeah,
this is a hit against civilization as a fucking whole. Like
Yes.
if we can't discuss our differences, we will never come to an agreement. And this is the point of discourse. And so again, regardless of what you think about Charlie himself, what the death of Charlie Kirk represents is something way bigger than him. And so, I mean, that in itself is absolutely terrifying.
The thing about Charlie Kirk is he's always been 10 toes on what he believes. And there's only been a few things that he's slowly changed his stance on. And I'm trying to figure out what could it be that he's been verbal about. That
Who
would
knows?
potentially make him a
Who knows?
So let's
Could be anything.
yeah,
These.
before we get into that side of things, yeah, I was listening to a bunch of different people and their takes and stuff like that. And again, the Candace one is really, it really like, even if you, I don't know, I just feel like it's just really, because they knew each other really well and they built their careers together from an early stage. So she has I mean, one thing I found very shocking when I think about it is that dude is so young. I mean,
31 years old. Bro.
31.
He
He
started Turning Point at 18.
18 years old. I mean,
If you don't mind, real quick, because
Sure,
like
sure.
you're talking about what you were saying about Candace, and Glenn Beck actually posted something that he got, and it was an old tweet that he got from Charlie Kirk back in the day. So, Glenn Beck, I'm 17 years old. I watch your show every single day. Like, I'm super on fire for America and the Constitution, and like I do a lot of Tea Party activism, and I just wanted to give you like a shout out. This little like tweet that he wrote, 17 years old or whatever. And I'm just like, damn, like when I was that age, or sorry, when I was like younger, like I was like a Ron Paul Tea Party kind of person. Like I could have very well been like swept up in all of that and been like this idealistic kind of person where you're discovering these ideas of like freedom and free markets, and you're sort of like, oh, this is it. Like I can't wait to show everybody this, and then we'll all be, anarcho-capitalists and Ron Paulian people, and we'll usher in this new renaissance, this new golden era. And you try to tell people this, oh no, it's great, it's called freedom, you get to live your life how you want and keep your money and all, and like people are like, fuck you, like you deserve Charlie Kirk's fate, just for trying to have the conversation of like, hey, there's another way to think of the world other than what the television and your teacher has told you your whole life. There are another ways to look at the world, and it's not evil, even though you've been told that it is, it's not. And so I could see myself being that young kid that Charlie Kirk was and getting into that world and just having an idealistic, I'll debate with people. That's what I'll do. I'll just have a conversation with people, and I'll try to be as cordial and as fair and as pragmatic as I can possibly be with these people, even though they hate me, and like, I'll do my best. And, like all your effort gets you where. And it's just like, it's just a tragedy, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off in your story, but like,
no.
I saw that Glenn Beck tweet, and I'm like, damn, imagine him being. I saw another one where he was on Kabuto too, 18 years old, Turning Point, and he's just like a young kid. He's just like, hey, like I believe in this stuff, and it's like to reach the stardom that you did, and then to have the faith that you did. It's just insane.
It's I mean, the thing about Charlie, and again, we've criticized. Just to be real, like we've criticized Charlie on the show for different things. We don't agree with everything.
He's a square, and there's like he's not a he doesn't fully get it. Like,
I mean, there's, and that's fair. Like, look, that's the point. I think the point is like, it's not about like agreeing with everything that he talks about.
It's being able to sharpen your sword, bro.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to hash ideas out. Like, nobody has the perfect idea of what civilization is going to be. Nobody. So if we come together as a group and discuss this shit, and bounce ideas off each other and not just go off of whatever the fuck some random weird 6 white guys think, or you know what I mean? Like, then, like we'll have a better society. And again, this is why, to me, this is such a loss. Like, so
I mean, I'm not trying to draw parallels, but they killed Jesus and people said he deserved it. So, I mean, we haven't changed too much as a society.
Yeah. I was just thinking about like political violence and political. I mean, some of you guys might know that I'm like really into American history, especially the Civil War, right? And I really got into that because I saw the writings on the wall. Like I saw I saw the comparison between these little pops of political violence that happen These, like, if you go back to Civil War, there's John Brown and there's Bleeding Kansas, and there's all of these instances that led up to the war. The war didn't just like, oh, we're mad at you. Oh, now it's starting to have a war. It's like, no, there was little violence here, and then the vitriol back and forth. Like, you're human vomit. You're little Satan. Like, you are like, feces. You're like, you're the worst fucking.
You're a Nazi. You're an animal.
You're a dog. And so they were saying all that stuff back then, and then that
Right.
eventually culminated into a civil war. And so when I see what's going on, like when they say like, oh, well, this means war. Like, oh, they've declared war now, and now we're not backing down or anything. Like, people joke like that and they talk like that on the internet. Like, you don't know what the real consequences are of a hot war, a hot civil war, whether it's in Britain, the Soviet Union with the Bolsheviks, or if it's an American Civil War. 1.5 million people left dead, maimed, and displaced by the American Civil War. And you don't want to have that here. It'd be like the equivalent of like 15 million people dying in America. 9/11 was 3,000 people. Imagine if 15 million Americans died, but killed by their fellow citizens. Yeah.
I mean, in the Civil War, there were clear lines. I mean, there was clear territory. It was like, okay, the North, the South, and then, out West or whatever, and people joined sides, and it was actual combat between, opposing armies. What's happening now is messy. Like, this is color revolution type shit. Like, this is like, I don't even know what the lines are. I mean,
there are none. There are absolutely none. The lines are people's fucking feelings.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the lines are multicolored. That's what they are.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, now it's like it's like city and rural and like all these other like, and even then in the cities, there's like people peppered in the cities, and then like there I see like hard left people who like live in the middle of Ohio or something like that, and it's like, I would have thought that you would have been like a Trumper guy, but it's like, no, you're an old school Rust Belt Democrat kind of guy. Like, there's like the variety of people's visions of what they think America should be, and now we all have this platform of this like little pocket computer, so everyone voices their opinion and thinks that, oh, well, I should be right and I should be like in charge. And
but what I don't understand is that's not what the politicians are telling you they're going to do. So why are you voting for them? Like, the politician that aligns with what you want is actually on the right now. Why are you voting for the guy on the left just because you've always voted left? Like, people don't think, right? I don't know.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be, I mean,
I think we're expecting too much of the people.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, and, I might get in trouble with some people I know, but I think the most disturbing thing that I've seen is like people's reactions to this thing has been really disturbing.
Yes.
There are people that I know that I like, that I consider close friends, who are parroting the line that like, oh, well, he had it coming to him. And I'm like, okay, so let's talk about, there's one thing I want to bring up before we get into
Hold on. Before you continue on this, because it makes sense. It's a segue. I have a clip.
Okay.
What I want to say about Charlie is that he and I had numerous disagreements. I'm a woman who's married to a woman. And despite that, he invited me on his podcast. He had me speak at his Turning Point event. He platformed me. He retweeted me. This is a guy that was willing to engage in debate to resolve disagreements. And the fact that I am seeing celebration, and I'm not going to point fingers. I'm not going to make this about any red, blue. I don't want to be divisive here, but this is disgusting. I got a tweet from my daughter today. I'm not thinking clearly. I got a text from my daughter today telling me that kids at her school were celebrating. Okay, at my daughter's high school. Something is wrong in this country. The divisiveness, the rhetoric, the othering has got to stop now.
The fuck happened?
We down here,
yeah,
4 of us.
Yeah.
But like, what people are not understanding is like, Charlie's the moderate view.
Oh yeah,
like Charlie's not the like far right,
Well,
neocon,
so let's
shooting,
And
rooting,
he went,
tooting, shooting, and booting. Like
and
he's
he went to the right of Mao is like crazy to them, right? Like,
well, okay.
yeah.
One thing I wanted to bring up, because I do want to get in all the, and yeah, it's let me get your guys' take on this. Okay, let me actually get your take on it. Should people see the video of him getting shot, like the close-up graphic video of him getting shot? Should they?
If they're celebrating his death, absolutely.
I agree. Wait, I
I
mean,
think everybody should, and I
What?
think I'll say this. I'm not like telling my girl, hey, you should watch this, right? But on a grand scale, I do think that everybody should, right? Like, because you need to understand the breadth of this. You need to
We've all
understand
seen-
what happened because somebody was sharing an opinion.
We've all
Somebody who
seen
wanted to
JFK
do
get
this.
half of his
so-
head blow off. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. We've seen gun violence before in movies and fucking real life all the time. Like, show the video so you can get an understanding.
yeah, I don't like to go out of my way to look at that kind of stuff, like ISIS beheadings, and I hate that kind of shit. And I even hate when I see all the Gaza shit like on my timeline. But at the same time, though, I'm like, this is so important that we see this. So during Vietnam, they got what was called Vietnam fatigue, right? Because they were showing the war every night on the news, and the people were seeing that. The average person was watching the news and saying, like, this is not good. We don't want to take any part in this. This is dangerous. We're getting drafted into this. This shit's crazy. We don't want this anymore. That's why the protests popped up for anti-Vietnam, anti-war stuff. So like they had to see it with their own eyes because they didn't see World War II. If you saw World War II, you went to the movie theaters and like before the movie started, they'd show like, this is what's going on in the front line. Our boys are winning against Hitler, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, but then now they had it on TV, and Walter Cronkite is like, oh yeah, like 3,000 more American troops come home in body bags and blah, 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 blah. And the people see that and they're like, all right, no more. So when we see that kind of stuff on social media, we see, yes, like dead babies and the most horrible possible thing that human beings are capable of doing. It's important that we do see that, like, to some degree. I'm not saying go out and search for it and like glorify it and retweet it and make sure everybody, but it is important that we are aware of what our tax dollars are funding and what's going on there and what we're partaking in. It's so important.
yeah, I agree with you, Deezy. I mean,
Ignorance is bliss, but wisdom is power. So you can be ignorant, but you lose your power, and
Ain't
you
nothing
can be
to be
wise.
blissful about right now, bro. That's the thing is you shouldn't be ignorant to this, especially not the way everybody's reacting. It's so polarized, right? Like, and I don't know. I think that it shakes people out of shit because I think that it shows the right that they're like, we don't really want to partake in this, and it shows the left like, this is not right. This is not okay.
Yeah, I think it's an important litmus test because, like I said, there are people I know personally, and again, I consider them good friends, but like their reaction to this has been kind of shocking to me. Like, again, if you don't like a person's like opinion, okay, but like, come on, guys, like zoom out. I mean, so now, like, so if there's some guy who's a communist and he wants to talk commie shit, I just have a right to kill him now because I don't like him. I don't like what he's saying. I don't agree with what he's saying. Oh, we can just kill him. And he had it coming to him. He shouldn't have been talking about that kind of stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this it's and I'm starting to get, I've said it on the show a lot of times, but I'm really tired of people being like, oh, like he's a savage or this is savage, or I don't want to live in a savage society. I want to live in a civilized society, like where people can talk and you can have a disagreement and you can still potentially like you bond on other things and you can just coexist I mean, as long as you're not physically harming me or you're not stealing my shit, then fine. Like, I don't know.
You want to know
man.
something that I noticed, bro? We don't have no great philosophers of our time because we don't have, we can't. What's the philosophy? Thou shalt not take a selfie, my bro. Don't take a selfie anywhere. Like, like, I don't know. There's nobody is like a great philosopher. No great minds. Like the great minds are quote unquote building things, but like
Stefan Molyneux. That's the only person I can think of. I mean, he does have the most popular philosophy show on the internet. I mean, that's a fact. And his books, Universally Preferable Behavior and Practical Anarchy, like those are legit like sources of books that I would push somebody towards there if they were
You know
like,
what?
okay, well,
I'm a drink to Stefan Molyneux then.
he's
All
back
right,
on Twitter,
cheers.
dude.
Here you
He's
go.
back on Twitter.
You go to philosophy. I'd love to have him on the show too.
We got to get him on. I guess I know what my homework is.
So
But I mean,
would you put him on like the Plato level, the Aristotle level?
Well, ironically, he pulls from those kind of things. Like I'm not saying that he's like going to be remembered like some Nietzsche or something like that, but he is the most popular philosopher on the internet, and he's a full-blown Rothbardian anarcho-capitalist guy, and he always pushes free markets and everything like that. And he was super instrumental in like my journey into like libertarianism and like anarchy and stuff like that. And so I'd say between him and Tom Woods, I probably learned the most amount of information from about history, about everything, philosophy, everything. So
yeah,
I'm giving him his flowers, like, yeah, okay,
fair enough. Yeah.
Again, he might not be Leo Tolstoy or something like that, like, but he's another Charlie Kirk kind of person though, where he'll take on anybody, invite anybody on, doesn't matter what your philosophy is, I'll talk to you. Like he helps people with relationship issues. His wife is a therapist, so he does a lot of like marriage counseling and stuff like that. And it's like yeah, it's not glamorous, like he's not dropping like these crazy truth bombs like Voltaire or something like that, but at the same time it's good information for the time being, and like what in his own time, in his own era. So that's the only guy I can think of, though. I don't know who else is like saying some shit where I'm like was it Sam Harris? Like I don't know who like else is like an so-called intellectual.
No,
I don't even know.
Sam Harris. No.
Hey, listen, I watch some intellectuals, but I wouldn't put them on the level of like what you're saying, like a Nietzsche, like that's not.
Well, they call themselves, they're self-titled intellectuals, right? Like who even said that? Oh, this guy's very intellectual. It's like,
yeah,
if you are, everybody would just know. Everybody would just say, oh, this guy's.
So
like,
this is my point, right? We don't have anybody like.
Listen, you don't need that when you got chat GPTs. You know what I'm saying?
I got a quote for you. Peace begins with the spark of a flint.
Who said that shit?
Happiness is a warm gun, or whatever. Like
I just made it up right now.
John Lennon.
I got sunshine in a bed.
Light that one up, boy.
Spirit get.
I'm just, bringing it back. It's disturbing to me. I think it's a litmus test, like how you react to this Charlie Kirk thing. And okay, so here's another thing, right? So Tucker was on the All In podcast. They're doing the All In. They do I guess it's like a festival or conference or whatever every year. Tucker went on, and he kind of dropped some like an interesting statistic that 20% of the American population is on like medication, like psychiatric, psychoactive medication, SSRIs, all this shit. And what he was saying, I guess we got to look that up, is that accurate or whatever, but essentially there's 20% of the population that is like zonked out, that has like issues with emotional, dysregulation or whatever, right? Whether they should or not. And a lot of kids, a lot of young people, mostly, a lot of them are on these drugs. And it's always been a thing, even from like Columbine and all these different things. Like you can never find out like what medications they were on or whatever, and again, I do believe in like privacy, but I don't know, man. I feel like once you kill a motherfucker, like we got to know what you on, dude. We ain't gonna sit here and give you medical privacy when you killed somebody.
HIPAA, bro, HIPAA.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
According to Grok, approximately 15% of United States adults are on psychiatric medication.
Holy shit.
Okay,
stabilizers.
So the United States is known as the most obese country in the world, right? Like we're having a serious physical health crisis, and that's well known. Everybody knows that.
11.4% of adults prescribed for depression. What the fuck,
dude?
Fat and
sad. Then you wonder why motherfuckers
Fat
be shooting each other and shit.
Physical and emotional or psychiatric health crisis in this country. It's a crisis.
It's a crisis.
That many people are that out of shape and that depressed.
Dude, it's a miracle that more motherfuckers ain't be dead.
That they're basically
Like
living
I'm shocked that there aren't more school shootings and all this shit with 10% of the population or 11% of the population on.
they're living a zombie life. It's a zombie lifestyle. Like they live in a day-to-day depression, day-to-day like unhealthy lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle. They probably sit around the house. If they don't have a job, a lot of young people live with their parents. They probably don't see any out, and they're just sort of like, well, why should I care about any of this stuff? Charlie Kirk, he's an ideologue. Like, what a good riddance, right? Like, we don't care about that guy. You know, like
Right.
he's trying to change. I'm a nihilist. None of this shit makes
That's
sense anymore.
okay.
Up is
This
down,
is-
down is up. Like,
This is
by
what
the
I'm
way,
talking
that
about, Josh. Like I
that's
think
7% of children are also on those drugs.
dude, I mean, this is what I'm talking about, though. What I'm noticing is that the extremes of the left, and again, I hate this right-left thing. But in this case, I think it really is like the extremes of the left is nihilistic. It's not like when we were growing up, when I was a kid, the debate between Republicans and Democrats was like, it was like the social safety net. Like, okay, like Republicans want like social issues and they want more Christianity, you know, like whatever. They want the social stuff. And the Democrats are like, we need to have a social safety net for those that have been, you know, that are in hard times or, you know, down and out or whatever. We need a social safety net. But what I'm sensing now, though, and I don't think it's like the extremes of the left. I really do believe like this is the attitude of people like of all ages. You know, like just in general on the left. Like if you're everyone who's not a boomer on the left, I'm sensing it's just nihilism. Like they're not trying to build something. I think we probably lost Deezy for a second. He'll probably get back on in a second. Or did they lose me? Oh, way back. Oh, okay.
While Deezy's gone.
Yeah. I'm sensing that it's not. I don't know if you guys are noticing this with people that you know, but it's like they just want to burn shit to the ground. Like there's no like discussion of, hey, let's get back to constitutional principles. Hey, you know, the Federal Reserve is like the real enemies, the fucking banking cartel and the Federal Reserve, which is the source of every fucking crazy thing, everything that's happening. You know, okay, like the pharmaceutical stuff or the, you know, like we have common enemies. If you really care about wanting to build this country back to what it is and have prosperity and you want it to actually flourish, like there are common enemies that we go after, but they don't want that. They don't,
bro. They don't care. If they cared, today things like yesterday wouldn't have happened, and even if they did, the whole fucking lot of them wouldn't be celebrating.
Right.
They don't care about people. It's fucking virtue signaling, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Imagine living in a world where all the left would have saw that and just disavowed it and just been like, whoa. Like, okay, we get it. Like, fuck this. I hate this guy. He's a Nazi, like fascist. Like, I hate everything that he represents. He's a white male Christian American guy. Like, I hate that fool, but whoa, like, I don't want him to be killed or whatever. Like, you know, make fun of him and like mock him on South Park and stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. But like, you have to take his life. I don't understand like that degree to where like that's a big jump to me.
I mean, it's not even fun when, okay, like let me give you an example. I got two clear examples of what is much better. You know, first example is Dave Smith and Chris Cuomo. Like that was so satisfying to watch. It was like I hate that guy for what he did in terms of like promoting all the shit with COVID and all that stuff, and his fucking governor brother for, you know, really actually killing a ton of people with his fucking bullshit ventilator stuff, whatever. I despise that person, but Dave went in there. He went on, it was on PUD podcast. It was a public debate and he fucking kicked that guy's ass and fucking humiliated him. That's so much more satisfying to me than if like some rando just, you know, shot somebody like that. Or another, a really, really awesome example is fucking Scott Horton and Bill Kristol. Dude, is there anybody more despicable than Bill Kristol and like his fucking, you know, and talking about just a public speaking ideologue? Like, I mean, that guy is like enemy number one, in my opinion. He's a despicable person. And Scott just went on that stage and just embarrassed the fuck out of him by like knowing more, having his shit together. It was so much more satisfying. Like, I don't want these people to
have these two forums, right? We've always had, if you guys want to fight, we have this one thing, you know, it used to be the Coliseum. Now it's boxing and whatever, you know, and then for the men who want to progress society and don't want to fucking kill each other, we destroy each other in the public forum.
Yeah. Well,
that's what it's always been.
That's
well, not always, but for all of civilized fucking society.
Well, that's why the bullets are flying, right? They've completely lost in the marketplace of ideas.
Yeah.
Like they jumped the shark. They went so crazy that everyone's just like even the people who still believe, I feel like are kind of barely holding on. They're just sort of like,
Right,
well,
right.
I've already gone so
this is
far
a
in.
lot of
Yeah.
this is a lot of what I've seen as well. Is like it's either they're celebrating or they're like, bro, I'm out. I'm done. I can't rock with you guys no more. Like
Yeah.
this is the final straw. You're killing people because they don't agree with you.
Well, even somebody like Chink Uyghur, right? Like on Young Turks, like that's another person who I don't agree. Like Charlie Kirk, I don't agree with you, but I respect you. At least you like have integrity and you believe what you believe and you stand up for yourself and you debate. You're not afraid. You don't run from people. You don't just like talk shit and hide. Like at least you're confronting the people. That's what Charlie Kirk did. He's actually talking to the people. And so even like Chink Uyghur is the same thing. He's like, dude, he's like, you guys went so far left with all the tranny stuff and other, like that's not really what we're about. Like he's like, if you want to live your life or whatever, that's a lifestyle decision. I'm not talking about that, but like, what does this have to do with like politics and like helping the poor and like you said, providing a safety net and welfare and like healthcare and all those things that like generally leftist people are involved with. You want to steel man their argument, right? It's like they just want to help the underdog. They want to help the poor people and the people that need help. And like, I mean, I can respect that at least, whether I agree with their approach to it or not. At least I understand like they're a bleeding heart, right? They want to help the people. They want to help the underdog. Like I can respect that. But when you're going off on some other stuff and saying like, oh, well, you're a Nazi and you're evil if you disagree with me and all this other stuff, it's like, okay, you're transcending into something
worse than that though. It's literally like, because I will bring this up. I've told people that I know. I'm like, listen, if you really don't want what's happening right now, like there are common enemies that we have, and I've listed them. I'm like, let's go after the Federal Reserve. Let's end all the wars. Let's fine. I mean, okay, fine. You want Social Security or whatever, but there's ways to reduce the scope and size of government. Let's end the surveillance state. Like there's all these things that we can work together on that are common problems that the majority of the country doesn't like, and we can go after it. And let's chase that shit and hold people accountable on both sides for that stuff. And then, okay, once we get through all that shit and we've like somewhat stabilized things, hopefully, then we can figure out all this other stuff. Let's just go back to the 90s. All right. Like we can figure out all this other social safety net shit.
Yeah. All the other stuff is like ticky tack, like random stuff, personal choice stuff. But the big things like you just said, like the Federal Reserve is ripping you off. It's depleting your savings. It's fucking up the currency. They use that money to bomb brown children, innocent people. If you're pro-life Christian, like you cannot be on board with what's going on in Gaza. I mean, like you just cannot look at that and be like, look, like, yeah, I understand October 7th happened. You need to go after terrorists, but you're not. Like you're going.
You're supposed to be disavowing both sides that are killing, bro. All the killing needs to stop. Like,
well, the whole point is that you're supposed to be better than them, right? Like you're supposed to have a moral high ground, more so than anybody who's Jewish or Muslim, and say like no, like Christ talked about forgiveness and helping people and things like you're supposed to be charitable and things like that. Like you're not.
If someone were to strike your cheek, you turn to the other cheek and present the other cheek to them.
Yeah, you're supposed to be higher on a higher moral ground than these people, like that. And so the blind obedience to like the foreign policy and what's been going on, it's like, when will it end?
Wild shit.
When will it end? When's enough? And if Charlie was about to turn on that stuff, like that would give them a reason.
Well, not about to. He's been doing it slowly since 2023, right? Like he does play the game, but like even after he went to Israel, he wasn't like sucking off Netanyahu. He was like, bro, I got to be where our Lord was, where he walked the steps, where he got arrested because of Judas, like all these different things. Like that was his optics of going there, right? So like
the historical fucking significance of that place is relevant to not just Jewish.
Sure. There's nothing. I mean, I think people get a lot of shit for going to Israel. Maybe the wall, the wall might be an issue. I don't know what happens at the Wailing Wall. Maybe something magical happens.
Everybody's in front.
Maybe
of
some
that
shit.
wall.
I want to go. There may be some. So I might have a religious experience, a spiritual. These guys keep trying to get me to convert.
That's your.
I might need to go to that wall.
That's your lifetime contract right there, dude. They got that picture of you at the wall.
Hold on, I got a choice for you to make.
Oh my gosh!
I thought Fresh was gonna pray to the wall right there.
Oh my god!
All right. So you can come home, or you can go kiss the wall. Whichever
Ooh.
one you want to do.
Which pill? Which pill are you gonna take?
Which pill you taking?
Where's Atlas? Where's Atlas? Pull up Atlas real quick. No, I mean that's what I'm saying though.
The dictionary.
Oh,
The
Canadian
dictionary. What? I ain't moving to
spelled-
Canada.
It spells color.
Or you can be
COLLOUR.
Canadian.
Color.
Allure.
Centre instead of center.
Centre.
Listen. I'm about to show you all.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to join.
Oh snap!
I'm ready to join the Anunnaki, the
Beam
Nephilim.
me up.
I'm ready.
Hey, yo, who made
Join.
that? Who made that?
Yeah,
An amazing artist, incredible artist, and creative mind. Apparently
art.
made that.
that's art right there.
That was you.
I wish.
No, you can claim if you want, Josh, but I don't know. I
Who
think
was
that the Zebulon or whoever. I'm Scientologist. They gave me that
Xenu.
shit.
You
Xenu.
want to see mine?
Xenu? Nah, bro.
We talked about Scientology a year ago. I think that's so funny.
Oh shit! You guys know Gold Base?
Why-
Out in
Wife
Emmett?
and I did spooky paint.
Oh shit! That's sick. I like that.
Let's share our art real quick. Josh,
So-
you got any art to share?
Honestly, I don't really. I don't really.
Damn, man.
Oh, here's a sticker I made right here. The skull guy.
Look at that shit.
Badass.
Yeah. Anybody who doesn't know, Josh is like a legit paid graphic designer, artist, individual. And you should check out his stuff. Check out Thank You Skateboards. We can put that in the show notes. He's the you're still there, right? Thank you, making the art.
Oh yeah. For now.
I got a special freaking skateboard in my place that you signed.
Damn,
Our
dude.
friend Mari.
Yo, I
sent that
want
to us.
skateboards, bro.
Shout out Mari.
Okay,
Um,
we're gonna go into Italian Renaissance.
Now we're
art now.
talking, dude. Now we're talking.
Yo, this book is dope though, bro. Like, not to get too much on a tangent.
Well,
that's
you know
cool.
what? No. We're gonna go into Watchmen, dude. Dave Gibbons. Look at this art. All right. I'm sharing Dave Gibbons art.
Oh shit, then I'm gonna grab some stuff. Hold up.
No,
You want to see?
we're having an art off. Is that what's going on?
The best art ever is on my wall, and it's a newspaper about how we landed on the moon.
it's my favorite piece of art.
Stanley Kubrick did a great job.
Is that original Batman? What is that?
Oh,
Batman
nice, nice.
66.
Oh,
Penguin.
wow,
dude.
wow, damn.
That's
See, this is what America's about, people. All right,
Yeah.
stop
Well,
with your nihilism.
Ironically, that you say that, dude. It's like all this shit. It's like divisive, right? It's all Hegelian dialect, right? Like problem, reaction, solution. Like we created the problem, we give the reaction, and then we provide you the solution, the Patriot Act or whatever it is. It's like they're constantly they want us at odds about whatever it is. Any topic, or they want the racists fighting with each other. They want poor and rich fighting against each other. Everybody fighting against each other. But then it's pop culture that brings us together. It's the music, it's the art, it's the movies,
Right.
It's all these other things that we connect on, like at a deeper level than all of this like charades. Like that's all like professional wrestling. Like they just pretend that they don't like each other, but they're all ripping us off. They're all getting our tax dollars.
Well, let me ask you this, Josh. Let me ask you this, and we should get our friend Chris in here soon. I'm not sure what we need to do that, but we should get him in.
Just
here,
send him the
'cause-
link.
What's the link? Oh, the thingy.
Yeah.
Let me. I'll get you, Chris, in a second. But
I mean,
Uh,
you want to see some of my art, bro? Look, these are
Oh,
like
yeah.
real fucking,
let's go.
Those are fresh.
Fresh
is fresh. Look at that. That's ill. I love that.
Look at that cactus.
That's tight.
Dude, we gotta make stickers out of those, or
Do it.
maybe shirts.
Dang, dude. Murakami.
Oh shit,
Mhm.
what's
That
that?
was tight, Deezy. That's dope.
Who's on mushrooms right now?
Dang,
Stare at
Rick-
Deezy's screen.
Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty.
I guess my
I wish I
question
had something cool to show you guys. I don't.
Oh, shit. Well, y'all art off, and I'm gonna send this.
Dang, dude.
Give me a second. So I can just grab this link. So wait, he just. Oh shit! I'm about to get in a vortex here. I just showed him the YouTube link or what? He's already on YouTube.
The
Oh, our
the
link.
StreamYard link, bro.
He's gonna
Oh,
tap
shit.
in, dude.
All right, yeah, give me a second because
Are you gonna?
The-
Oh yeah,
The
like
bait,
like
the bait
video?
bun-
Oh,
hold on, let me just.
that's a shirt right
post real
there.
quick.
Are you gonna add him as a video?
We're gonna
Huh?
add him as
Just
a
audio.
like we did Lucas.
It's
before.
it's behind ZiLLY right now. Like if I
Okay,
add him in here,
gotcha.
it's already
right.
there.
All right, I just need the link. Chris is our friend. Chris Bulik from the Good Faith podcast is a
Bulik.
homie of ours. So, you know, if
Cool.
anybody else,
In a jar.
That's dope. That's another shirt right there. See, dude, you got like, you got like 3 shirts I saw at least. Start the merch. Get the merch going. That's tight.
that is actually tight.
I want to.
All right,
I want to
let's-
go back. I want to go back to
Yeah.
Charlie real quick.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
back
go
on
ahead.
track here.
The guy never did anything wrong to anybody ever, and he encouraged people.
I mean, it's
to think-
arguable. It's arguable.
You
Like,
said a lot of
no,
like,
Other than
I
like,
mean, he had an opinion, and he shared his opinion, and he went out there and he got people to talk, and he let everybody talk.
well, okay, but you have to put yourself in their shoes, right? Like in their shoes, like they think that anything like racist or sexist or anything like that is like one of the most disgusting things
That's-
that you could do.
that's
as a
what I
person.
was saying. Why it's arguable, not because
Yeah,
I
not
think
more
it's
I don't agree with that, obviously. I don't
Yeah.
agree with
Right.
that. But I'm just saying that, like, to them, to other people, even if you question these things or you say like, oh, well, look at the, black violence statistics or whatever. Even if you say that, you're sort of like, oh, what, you're pushing a racist agenda against. Why would you even say that or bring that up? So to them, you're technically hurting their feelings. So whether you want to say F their feelings, that's true. But to them, they would feel that they actually were personally hurt by something that he said,
I don't
even if it
care.
wasn't
No,
directed
fuck-
at them.
no,
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
no.
I don't agree with that, but I'm just saying
That's
like,
not that's not even up for debate. That's not an argue. That's not a defensible. No, you're not allowed to use your emotions. Sorry.
well, okay, so
Easy
I
laid
can
it down.
feel
I
like-
mean, we done.
What if somebody's emotions is like everyone else should die? I should be the only one alive. Should they be able to stand on that
Well,
fucking emotion and act on it? No.
Of course
It's
not.
like-
Yeah, like that's not acceptable. But I'm saying though is that like emotions are important, right? Would you disagree with that? You wouldn't say that.
No, I don't. I don't think that they're not important, but for a lot of things, I think that logic and numbers provide a clearer
Yeah, that's because you're a smart person. You're a normal person. That's why.
provide a clear thing of a clear plear of what's going on. And what you feel about something is not always right. How many times have you felt like something was X, Y, or Z and it ended up being A, B, and C? And so
I know it's very hard for the 4 of us to put ourselves in the shoes of somebody with a cluster B personality who's just overly emotional about everything and is a hypochondriac and thinks that like.
But Josh, here's the thing that's why I'm so fucking fucked up about this Charlie Kirk thing, because like it's people that I don't think are on meds, or I don't know, people I know, like, and I'm like, guys, like, really, like, you're totally. Just that state, I just, it's just brainwashing. I just don't even understand, like, just logically, like, hey, you're opening a gate where like anybody can be killed about anything. They say
Kanye West released a song called "Hail Hitler," and they didn't go after him. That didn't hurt people's feelings.
Well,
I mean, no, people are gonna try to kill his ass.
Everybody canceled him, and everybody was like,
They didn't shoot him in the fucking face or the neck.
Knock on wood, dude. Knock on wood, they didn't. But I'm saying though, that's enough. That's enough for them to think that, oh well, if somebody did kill Kanye, like that'd be fine or whatever, like because
oh, dude, I mean, they're
it's
open season now.
Yeah, he said
on
something
everybody.
bad, and so therefore, like that's their rhetoric at this point. But I'm saying though is that like to us, like because we use logic instead of our emotions, but to them they use motions instead of their logic. So to them, Charlie Kirk probably hurt their feelings, and so therefore, to them it's like, oh well, by default, like this guy's an evil person, and whatever happens to him. So
it's a justified killing.
Well, don't forget he says the name Jesus when he speaks, right? Like, so that already is it's up for him, right? Like, yeah. So I guess it's up for me too, bro. I mean, you know what I mean?
Speaking of Jesus, We got a nice guest down here. He's not Jesus. That's not what I mean. What I mean is his.
Guy's like, speaking of Jesus, we got Jesus on the show.
Let me
Oh.
finish it. Damn
He's
it! I'm
back.
segueing. Silence. I just turned into a fucking fascist Nazi on the Goat Show. Silence. No, this is our homie Chris in the bottom corner here. He has the Good Faith podcast. If you are not familiar with that podcast, we'll put the notes in the show. And I'm glad that you get to meet Josh. Chris, he's one of my. Josh and me were in the trenches back in LA. Not literally, actually. But were we in a trench at some point? I don't know. Maybe on a night out, a little too many. Whatever. Adam Choit needs to come on here. Whatever him and a friend of ours had that one night. Send us to them.
If he comes on, I'm gonna send him the link.
Send me into you talk about interdimensional beings. Like I became one that night. Anyway, Deezy doesn't know because he's used to that potency, but maybe Fresh too. But anyway, Chris Bulik, welcome to the show.
I'm trying to get ZiLLY over here to Arizona so I could just smoke him out.
Dang.
Get Josh over there. Go to Costa Mesa, man. You and Josh should meet up.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, you're right over there, bro.
Yeah, dude, right there in Arizona.
I'm
Dude,
right
What,
here.
5 hours away? 4 hours
You still
away?
talk to that refined? Remember that guy Refined? He used to go into the old gold mines out in Arizona.
Yeah, I've met him in real life. I've met Refined.
Yeah, we met him in Las Vegas. But he does.
Yeah,
he goes out to old gold mines and he finds gold in there still and like cashes out.
I haven't talked to Refine in a while. I'll just say this. I don't know. The last time we spoke, there was some.
It was
wasn't
weird.
quite. It wasn't pleasant. I don't know for what reason. I don't know what I did, but
Yeah, he's all
Refine, if
yeah,
you're out there, man, I got no beef with you. So
he's all yeah, you go out there. There's all these abandoned gold mines out there in the middle of the desert. He's all sure they might collapse in on you, maybe, but like you get some gold out of it. Little faith. I was like, damn, all right, dude.
Chris,
for it,
what's
bro.
happening, man? Chris out in Philly. He ain't nobody near him to smoke. You could probably fly to Toronto or something. Fresh will smoke you out, but
Here,
you smoke
brother,
these days?
take it.
Ooh, that's just good.
What's going on, man? How you feeling about all this Charlie Kirk sadness?
Can I go for a miniature rant right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to do a mini or you want to do a full rant?
I'll go full rant.
All right, let's go full rant.
I'm fucking sick and tired of the people that try to go into damage mitigation in times like these, and they say, "Oh, it's times like this that we need to not be divisive. We need to come together." The truth is that there are fucking two camps. There are the camps that have reverence for human life, and that when somebody of any type is murdered like a dog in the street in cold blood, they like hang their head, they hang flags at half mast, and they mourn them. And then there are those who take to TikTok, take to Instagram, and are like laughing and celebrating like sick, deranged fucks. And I want no part of those people at this time. Anybody who I see on social media that is like celebrating this, I'm completely canceling them. I want nothing to do with them. And there's been a lot. Like I can't remember a time in my life when there was such a disregard for human life. And but I suppose we shouldn't. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised. After all, we're talking about the party that is advocating for the continuation of murdering 1.5 million human beings every single year in this country. Why we should think that they would have any more regard for some random guy who opposes their beliefs, when they're willing to kill their own children. They're literally willing to chemically castrate their children. They're willing to mutilate their bodies of their children. They're willing to indoctrinate their children. And most of them are not even able to have children because they're part of the alternative LGBTQIA plus lifestyle. So what do they need to do to get their fucking dirty claws on children? They need to fucking become our child therapists. They need to become our kindergarten teachers, and they need to become our babysitters and stuff like that. And that is how they are getting their sick fangs into the youth of this nation. And, you know, we had a person who was, you know, a pretty moderate, you know, centrist of us. He wasn't a radical far right extremist or anything like that. He was just trying to have, you know, fair civil discourse with these people.
Or just a Christian.
Yeah. And make no mistake, this is an attack on faith. This is an attack on masculinity. This is an attack on American nationalism. This is an attack on everything that, you know, this country used to represent, which is like freedom of expression, and you know, they don't like that, so they're trying to silence us any way they know how.
Well, we're certainly not silencing anyone on this show in their opinions tonight. I'm not censoring. We ain't censoring nobody on this show tonight. We let it all hang out because, you know, no, man. I mean, there's definitely. I agree with you in the sense of Charles. I don't think I told my friends that too that are on that lean left. I was like, dude, you guys don't understand. Like, if you think Charlie Kirk is an extreme like right personality that deserved to die, I'm like,
let me introduce you to Nick.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, to be
Let
fair,
me introduce you to a guy named Paul.
somebody did go to Nick Fuentes' house, right? Like somebody.
Yeah, so I tried to kill Nick too. So
yeah,
I mean,
he had to bust out a pepper
They tried to
spray
kill
or whatever.
Andrew Tate recently too.
Yeah.
oh shit, really?
Yeah, bro. They're
yeah,
trying to kill
Andrew Tate,
everybody. Like
dude.
bro, honestly, I'm worried for Candace. I'm worried for a lot of people on the right. I think that also what I'm worried about is that the people on the right are going to react in a way that doesn't necessarily represent their values because they're upset. And
It's
even
already
if
happening.
it ends up,
I saw
yeah,
on
and
Twitter.
even if it ends
Yeah.
up just in defense, like let's say, you know, they try to come for somebody at their home, this person is going to have to kill you. And now they have to live with the fact that they had to kill you. And unlike you psychopaths, like they're going to feel that for the rest of their lives. They're going to know they had to take a life.
Well, just look at what happened with January 6th and how they overreacted about that. And so now imagine if a left-wing person actually did get killed, and then the pendulum swings back to the left. We get President Gavin Newsom. He comes in and says, all right, all of you guys who are even right-wing leaning, we know what websites you've been to. We know what you guys say on the internet. We know all this stuff. And we're going to start taking you out one by one. Indefinite detention. Thanks, Obama. And then just kind of put you guys in prison slowly. And I mean, that sounds crazy, but at this point, anything's possible.
Nothing's crazy now. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, I mean, the idea that Charlie Kirk would be, I can understand, like, there's some personalities on Twitter, like real, like super right.
Like, don't say no names about who.
I'm not. No, I don't even want to say their names. It's like they are like I don't want to say their. I'm like, I don't support these people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, these people are legit racist, legit fucking like they like. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you have acted like everyone is for the last 10 years, that's actually what they are. And they're young and they're fired up and they've like,
well, you created them. They didn't exist before, bro.
Yep.
This is the thing. There weren't kids growing up that were like a whole group of real, like, you know what I mean? That wasn't happening.
Yeah. Well,
can I chime in real quick?
Yeah.
So I'll make my political affiliation public knowledge right now. I've never in my entire life voted. I've never in my entire life voted. I believe right now I'm a registered Democrat actually, because that's what I was when I was like 16 when I got my learner's permit and my license, and I just never changed it. But I need to get my real ID renewed so I can get on an airplane, and I think I'm gonna go through the process of changing my political affiliation to be a Republican because I want no part of this radicalized woke leftism that is like fucking consuming our nation.
I'd say keep not voting, and who cares what it says.
I'm not voting ever again.
To them. Like,
I'm not
gives
voting
a shit
again.
about that it says Democrat or
I'm
whatever.
done. I got I got pushed into it last election cycle. I'm not getting anything I wanted. I'm still waiting on my crypto. All right. Can y'all motherfuckers at least get that? Eric Trump, where are my crypto pumps at?
Now, full agorist approach. Just always look for market solutions. These politicians, that they will never ever help you. Or whatever you're trying to look for, whatever you want, whatever you need, they're going to lie to you and tell you exactly what you want to hear. As soon as they get in, they adopt all the shitty rhetoric that they've been doing. All the inflation continues, the wars continue, whatever it is, all continues. So like, just look for market solutions, like whatever you can to ostracize and circumvent the government, like do whatever you can. Don't affiliate with these people. Like they want your attention. They want you to care. They want you to do all this shit. And it's like, no, you start building your own community and the people around you, like that's the real source out. That's the real exit strategy out of this bullshit that we're dealing with.
Yeah, Adam.
Create an alternative economy, Adam.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Adam.
What did I walk into?
I'm
What
just
did I
falsely
step into?
accusing you of ideologies that you do not possess.
Me specifically?
Yeah.
How many New York
What?
Mets hot dogs can you buy if your currency's inflated and you can't afford that, and you can't afford tickets to the Mets game anymore?
No, it's crazy.
It's
You
crazy.
gotta,
time.
you gotta go to a scalper. You don't even know if the ticket's real or not.
Well, they assume
Bro.
that we assume that like money, things just have to go up in price, like it's a law of nature, like it has to happen. Ron Paul's talked about this. Dave Smith's talked about this, like how I don't know. I'm sure the other Austrian economics dudes who know more than me have talked about it. It's like it's not a natural thing that prices just have to go up because that's just how it is. We've been conditioned to accept that prices just go up. Like that's
Right.
a law of nature. We go against laws of nature. Like I think that's what it comes down to, maybe more than whatever even like religion you are. It's like you're going against God, you're going against laws of nature. Like there is some inherent instinct in us that knows that violence is bad and violence is wrong, and people
I
get
mean,
drummed up by the media.
regardless what like religion you are, metaphysically, like it's necessary for a prime mover. Something created this for us to have logic, for us to have all these things. Something made this, and you're going against that.
Well, it's the idea that like the king can pass a law to like outlaw sunrises, right?
Yeah,
Like the king's always, I pass a law, no more sunrises, and it's like you can't do that. Like there are laws of nature, and people are self-interested. You're fighting against everything and trying to manipulate people to go against their own self-interest and stuff like that, and it's never going to work.
There's
People will find
unseen
a way.
laws.
Yeah.
There's unseen laws of nature. Like people think a law of nature, I think of like a tree or something like that. People think of, I feel like my brain goes to like literal nature, but like there's these laws of nature, like these ideas and concepts and human nature that can't be avoided.
Well, to the leftists, right, the nihilists, they would say that that's all a construct, right? Like the fact that the man is supposed to work and the wife's supposed to stay home and take care of the children, that's a construct. And we would say, oh, well, it's naturally formed that way. And they would say, no. Like the patriarchy has said that you're supposed to have kids and stay home and do all this stuff. And the husband's supposed to work and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, it's worked out that way because that's the way that the family is cultivated the best. And it's the best outcome for the kids and things like that. And it's like, but to them, they think that that's all bullshit. So they try to say like, oh, we could pass laws against nature. We can pass laws that manipulate the way that you function and where your money goes and everything else. And if we just give these people more money, it'll fix the problem and stuff like that. And so that's always,
well, this is how they try to pay to fix global warming. It's like, you think you can pay stuff away.
Yep.
Like you can just pay
throw money at the problem.
Weather. Yeah.
Hey,
like,
man.
More windmills.
I mean, hold on now,
panels,
guys. Hold on.
They don't
now.
value the historical
Listen, I
journey
want
of
my
man.
robot harem in 10 years. All right. I'm waiting for it. And money will solve that problem. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about these laws of nature. We're gonna bend them a little bit. I'm for bending them just a little.
It is
Get some of this
impossible.
AI in here.
You cannot like, for example, logic is just logic. You don't define what it is. You just get to partake in it. Math is just math. You don't get to define math. You just get to discover and partake in it. Like those things just exist. And see, again, like from my point of view, the moral framework also just exists, right? Like God created that, or whatever created us created that. I think that morals are inherent. I just don't think that everybody uses them.
Well, apparently not, because after all this Charlie Kirk stuff and the way people are reacting to it, man, it's like we are living in two like different realities. You know, one that's nihilistic.
Yeah, but that's a
and just
fractured
fucking-
mind, bro. These people's minds are fractured. Like they haven't been able to. Like I think that this is
it
the
has to be
benefit
taught.
of us growing up pre 9/11. I think that they only grew up in this era,
Right,
where
right.
like they don't know, they don't have anything to compare it to, so they just are this thing now.
Well,
This idea is them.
I saw somebody tweet. They said like if 9/11 happened today, half the internet would be celebrating. Right? Like,
Yes.
just the same way with like the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Bars.
And
Damn.
it's so true, man. Like Fresh just said, like they don't know a world like this. The catalyst for what we're living through today, we can't even talk about it. We can't even talk about 9/11. We can't even just have a normal conversation about like for real, like what is going on here? Why did some of the hijackers have a naval base as their address? Like why? Like what's going? Like did you know that something was going on there? The FBI was renting apartments to these people, like, and you didn't know who they were. Like what's going on here? Like the whole building like turned to ash, and they found a passport. Like I feel like you guys are lying to me, and nobody's asking. We can't even have a conversation about this stuff. Like even me just saying it makes people like, oh shit, like
But
they freak
you know,
out
you know,
about
you know
it.
what's interesting,
I
Josh?
think now
Like,
that you said that, now that you've said those things, when this video ends, YouTube was gonna put a 9/11 disclaimer on it saying that the 9/11
It may be
9/11
there already.
it's
It may
probably
be
there,
there
yeah.
already, and the Charlie Kirk one. There'll be like 2 Wikipedia things underneath the video that say 9/11 and like the real facts, the accepted
let's
facts. from Big
stack
Brother.
Wikipedias. COVID vaccines aren't real.
No,
Let's stack them. Let's get 5 Wikipedia
Epstein
notices
Island.
underneath.
What else can we know?
COVID was created in a lab in Wuhan, China. It was not through a leak.
Moon
Facts.
landing wasn't real. How many more Wikipedias can we get under this, Adam? Adam, you got to throw one out there.
What's up?
We're stacking Wikipedia notices on YouTube. You got one? that you can-
Stacking Wikipedia notices
Yeah,
on YouTube.
say
meaning
some
what?
false news. Say some fake news.
Say some fake news. What's it's all fake. Everything is a psyop.
He's all 6
Everything is
million for
everything.
sure. 6 million on the dot. Like,
Everything is a psyop to some degree. The world is a stage. I kept thinking about that phrase today a few times. It rattled through my
Bro,
my brain.
listen, I've been
Thinking of-
thinking about Plato a lot lately with this, right? And like not partaking in the dramatic theater because it darkens your news. And I think
100%, man.
I think that it is absolutely correct, but not that it's just correct in the sense like back then he was talking about plays and whatever. He's not talking about politics, but now this is a movie.
Yeah.
And watching
it's
this
a-
stuff,
But it's a dangerous movie, man. I mean, like they say, like you may not care about politics, but politics cares about you. You know what I'm saying? And
In
you
my
know,
opinion, I feel it's best to like be aware of it so you're not blindsided by what's happening. But at the same time, you can't control it. Like these people will do the craziest shit, no matter how bad and how much logic you have and the right arguments. Doesn't matter. Like this shit is gonna keep going. So the best thing you could do is try to like hedge your bets and like diversify your assets, get gold, get crypto, get art. Like you gotta make sure you know
do
your
your own
friends,
thing.
know your neighbors. Do you own a weapon? Do you own all these? You know, so. Like you got to make yourself as independent, make yourself as much of an island, as much of like an independent person as you possibly can, and then deal with the outside noise after that.
I know people who have all these things and can do all these things.
Yeah, you're looking at them.
Maybe, yeah, it's
or
some
find
degree.
somebody with all of these
Yeah.
excellent qualities. Deezy
Yeah.
would come to your house.
I lost all of my guns in a boating accident.
Oh, that same thing happened to me, dude.
Yeah,
Sucks.
sad.
Damn. Damn.
You know what?
Didn't lose
I'd take
these
a little
guns.
bit of
Crap, my God.
I take a
bitch.
little pleasure in the fact that this woke leftist machine always ends up grinding up the users as well as the victims of it with enough time. Like all these people, because one thing about the right is we protect our own. We don't shoot our wounded. But the left, as soon as you fall short of their ideal of perfection, they'll feed you right into that fucking wood chipper, and they'll sacrifice you to get ahead a little bit. So all these people that are, you know, like showing their true colors, by next week, I guarantee the left is just hanging them out to as like the sacrificial lamb, you know.
That's exactly.
I like it. Let me so I know it's a litmus test. I can see who to follow, who to unfollow, especially if it's a public figure I don't have like a personal connection with. Like I think that's something. I don't know if you guys have been doing that. Like maybe it's a petty thing. Maybe but it means something when people are posting sort of very vicious, insensitive things. When it's again, it's a father, it's a husband,
a father, a son. Like,
dude,
bro, how dare you guys, man? That's
dude. I mean, his family was there at the thing, and there's one report. I don't know if it's true or not. You know, I hope it's not true, but saying that his daughter saw the whole thing. You know, I mean,
well, you know what happened? His daughter heard the gunshot and got scared by the noise and ran to him. Like that's the gnarliest thing like I've ever heard, dude. Yeah, so fucked up.
Yeah, that's kind of shit that makes me want to fucking do some shit.
I guess I want to be mad. Yeah, when I click on somebody's profile, click on somebody's social media, I'm like, oh, what's this? I'm like, you better not say some dumb shit. I'm like, you better not say some dumb shit. Don't make me have to have a moral crisis whether I need to follow you or unfollow you. Like, what is this person's value in my life? Am I being retarded and petty if I unfollow them? Do they just not know any better? Maybe if I talk to them, or maybe I'm just spending too much time.
Dude, I'd be throwing my phone on the bed when I see a Charlie Kirk gum meme. You know what I'm saying? No more of that. All right, we're done. All right, you had your fun.
And you know what?
Do what they got to do. I don't really, you know.
South Park removed their episode that was like making fun of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Which is funny because Charlie actually liked that episode.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think they should have done that.
Yeah,
that brings more attention to it.
Legacy, bro. That's not really cool.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
I just wanted to kind of double down on what Chris was saying, because what he described is exactly what the communists did, right? When the communists took power, they said, oh, you're pure communist, blah, 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 blah. And then they started purging people from their own communist party because they weren't pure enough and they didn't say the right thing, or they weren't, you know, or they were a political enemy, or they were vying for power or something like that, and they executed them. So same thing happened in China. Like, they will eventually eat their own people.
Yep. They're like a bunch of fucking hamsters. As soon as one of the hamsters is not good enough to survive on its own, they'll eat it for sustenance. They need it to survive. And I'm sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. But
by the way, Chris, you should have Josh on your show. Like, you should do, if Josh is willing. Like, this dude, I don't know if you caught the early part of the episode, but this dude knows a lot of shit. Like, he's a good guest. I'll just put that out there. And Adam, if you have, Adam,
of course,
you guys got to get each other on each other's shows. Like,
I'd love to. You guys, you can find me on Instagram at Christopher.Bulik, and yeah, I'd love to set something up.
Yeah, but I'll share it with him. But go ahead.
It's like they're so lucky that we are taking the high road in this too, because like if I don't want to see us. I don't think anyone here wants to see a civil war, right? But let's say that it came to blows, and let's say that we're going to strap on our vests and like load up our rifles. Who do they realistically think would win a test of brawn and will and might? Like, do they think that they would win against us? Like, they would be delusional to think so.
I don't think any of that matters.
They don't want that anyway. They don't want that. That's not what Charlie Kirk would want. I don't think Charlie Kirk wants violence to escalate.
Bro, he did what he did so that we didn't have violence, bro. He's on record so many times saying, I come here because when we stop talking, we end up leading to violence.
I think that's what needs to continue to be said when we see people who are escalating for whatever reason, for a grift, maybe. I don't know what everyone's motives are, but I think that's something that needs to be said, maybe, and called out, is like, you're not being very Charlie Kirk. I mean, a lot of people are not a lot of people claim to be Christians or are not great Christians or are flawed, whatever. But like, he seemed like he kind of walked the walk, in at least like that regard to some degree. Like he crossed over into a lot of different circles, like he and talked to people of different backgrounds and embraced some of the thoughts and ideas that we that we support. So that's kind of like Jesus is like a little bit, I don't know.
Well,
I don't really know that much about the guy, to be honest with you, but like I didn't really never saw like him in any like crazy scandal or something that beyond like a political hack hit.
Well, if you want any reassurance, Americans are too fat and lazy to do a civil war. So it requires.
That's a good meme. There's something in that.
Mood stabilizers, bro. As soon as the mood stabilizers stop coming off the mill, there's no more mood stabilizers on the press, bro. They're gonna go right back to fucking.
This is just the latest thing to them, Charlie Kirk. It's just the thing of the week to the. I don't know.
I mean, I guess okay. Let's talk about this. Hold on. Let's talk about this. So, two questions I have, but let's start with what you're talking about, Adam. Like, do you think that this is gonna? I mean, I think you were saying it, Josh. Like by next week, nobody's gonna even think about this. Do you think that's the case, or do you think this is a real? This is something major that's really going to have a lasting impact. What's happened.
I only say that because that's what happened with Trump. That's the only reason that I said that, because when Trump got shot, about a week later, everybody was like, "Oh, what else is going on?" Like short attention span, like short internet span. It's true.
Yeah, damn. Fuck, you're right.
But I think that like Trump, thank God, was not murdered on was not murdered in broad daylight. This is
maybe,
like different.
maybe
we lost a life, and I think I will not forget this. I won't forget this.
I think anybody on the right and anybody who's moderate and anybody who has like a heart is not going to. But I think that like the woke left, bro, the woke left hasn't had a heart in years, bro. So like I'm not expecting them to be like remembering this in a week. They want like tomorrow, if something happens, it's over for Charlie in their eyes. Like they'll move on, and we're not going to forget.
I'm curious about if this created a bunch of people who were previously following, a more peaceful path, because Charlie was on that kind of more peaceful talk.
That's going to be the big question.
What they just did was gave Republicans power for the next 25 years. Like there's going to be. Like it was already the pendulum was already swinging right, and they just gave it all the power in the world.
Well, okay, what do you think? Do you think we're getting martyrs, or do you think we're getting people who are going to go the more peaceful route and to honor Charlie, or do you think we're going to get like a radical, like the new radical right?
It's a game of numbers. So it's not about
a spiritual game.
It's like how many
both and right. So it's how many on either side, because both and.
The question is how many, because there was already a number of people that follow Charlie that had a potential for violence, but how many of those people are more willing to do violence now that they've seen it committed against someone who was peaceful?
It's more fertile ground for a false flag, which is what I do fear. I will say that there's been a situation where there's more fertile ground for a false flag in any direction, which is not ideal to be, because you could blame. Tensions are high. It's easier to place blame somewhere.
Yeah,
to create
I've seen
a story.
A thing today already where it's like the guy said is like you guys don't. It's the Chad meme whispering in like the liberal mad soy jack face guy, and he said Charlie Kirk was the like moderate view, and behind that saying though is like all Nazi propaganda, like all Nazi videos and whatever. Like it's radicalized people who were like because there are people that were already like on the fringe that weren't ready to kill, weren't ready to whatever, but they were like getting upset. And like, again, they like Charlie because he represents their views, but like on the moderate side that he can get things done. But if that's not going to work, bro.
Peaceful discourse keeps the lid on the psychotic lunatics in America. Look at Pearl Harbor. You attack us, we fucking ruin you. You attack us, we fucking obliterate your entire nation. Look at 9/11. You attack us, we destroy all your countries. Like this is going to blow the lid off of all of the peace that we have been containing for the past 24 years.
9/11?
What?
Nothing.
Back
Oh,
to
you-
Josh is back.
about
You
that,
can answer.
Oh, you know.
I only got a couple minutes here. It's almost dinner time, so
Okay, so let's talk about this, and because I think we should probably hop out of here in a little bit. But
Jerry Springer, final thoughts.
Right. Yeah. Final hit it. Robin.
well, okay, let's talk about who done it. All right. There's a lot of theories going around. I do find the strategically placed sniper rifle. I don't know how I feel about that.
And it's got apparently it's got specific
Okay.
like writing.
So
Whether
you
like
want
writing.
to know my breakdown of who
Let's
did
hear
it?
let's hear it fresh. Who did it?
Okay. So listen, we have a private jet coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
That private jet turns its radar off 20 minutes after it takes off and takes off 10 minutes after the shot. We have two patsies that gave themselves up right away to allow the shooter to escape.
I believe an
We
old man that
have-
said "kill me."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who
And then,
just
I don't know who's the
happened
other
to
one.
be in the other guy was some guy with a fucking BB gun.
Okay.
That guy, the first guy just happens to be a Jewish man, Nazi Jew, Utah, which is like the lowest.
Adam, you just
I
have to
don't
deal
know
with
him.
free speech today. You're gonna have to deal with all the
I
free
don't know
speech
him.
today.
I don't know him. Just so you know,
I don't know him.
Day,
No
one day
affiliation.
before,
This is the new right,
No
baby. This
relation.
is what you've
He looks
unleashed.
familiar. He looks familiar, but I don't know him.
one day before this happened, Charlie released an interview with Ben Shapiro questioning Israel. 2 weeks ago, Benjamin Netanyahu invited Charlie Kirk to Israel, and he turned down the invitation. He's been questioning and mentioning a lot of things lately, and I'm just going to say that to me, there seems to be a lot of Mossad fingerprints on this. However, I also do want to point out the fact that a lot of this does also seem kind of Q coded. Like if you really pay attention, I don't. I
we
think
going
that's a
Q?
whole other. No, that's a whole other episode. Maybe we'll talk about this. I don't know. Maybe, but or maybe I'll just say it. Look,
But we don't
Charlie
think it's a
Kirk is 44.
Trantifa.
The date was 44. Murder and assassination is 44.
It was 9/11 in Israel.
Yeah,
So-
it was 9/11 in Israel.
And there's a lot of like the FBI reports on JFK's assassination came out. This, and I think Mossad was heavily tied to JFK's assassination. This was like a spitting image of the JFK assassination.
Also, boys, what happened the same day, bro?
Listen, guys, you're making it
bombed
difficult
the
for me
Middle
to
East.
go
That's right.
convert.
Israel bombed the Middle
in
East and
Israel.
then killed Charlie Kirk. And now everybody's talking about Charlie Kirk, and nobody's talking about that. They just bombed the Middle East. Just saying.
Well, you know,
And
when
it was
they
a
found-
pro shot. It was a professional shot from
Maybe not.
No,
maybe
not.
not.
No.
wasn't a
So let's talk
professional
about
shot.
this. So the pro shot thing. Sorry, Josh, real quick. Somebody brought it. If you watch, we'll put it in the show notes. It's Sagar and Jetty and Crystal Ball. They were talking about this earlier. So the 200 yards is not pro. Like you can be trained well enough to shoot. But what is pro is the escape. And that the FBI has not immediately caught them, and the person did not kill themselves, and the whoever did this, I mean, they're still hunting for him. Like he didn't. There's no claim. There's no note. There's nothing related to why this person did that.
He's off in the
Normally,
wind.
right?
There were
Normally, if it's
engravings- there were
Someone
engravings on the
commented on-
bullets.
oh shit,
There were
engravings on the bullet.
engravings on the there were.
Is that true?
Yes, they're like trans things or Antifa, like
That
things
sounds like
written on it.
passports on sidewalks.
This is what I was going to say. I was going to make that relationship. So when they caught Lee Harvey Oswald, they got his rifle, right? And it was an Italian issued sniper rifle, which were like the worst rifles during World War II. When the Italians got the German rifles, they swapped them over and took those rifles instead because the Italian ones sucked so bad. But that was the rifle that they said that Lee Harvey Oswald used. So they brought it out and said, here's the rifle. And they found the rifle, the same one that shot Charlie Kirk. So they did the same thing. And then they had engravings on the bullets that were saying, oh, I'm a trans person and I'm Antifa and all this other things. And it's the same thing as like finding the passport in the 9/11 rubble that was found by Bernard Kerik, who was the New York City police chief or whatever. And he's the one who let all of the dancing Israelis, so-called, out of prison because he got a loan from Eitan Wertheimer, who was like the biggest billionaire out of Israel. And so it's the same thing that's going on, or Las Vegas shooting, right? What's the motive? Like, what happened? We don't even know shit about that guy. You're never going to find out who shot Charlie Kirk. Like, it's going to be the who shot JFK thing. Oh, they shot him from the sewer, from the gutter. They shot him. The driver shoots him. Oh, they're going to talk about it forever, I feel.
Well, I mean, one thing I will say is in the case of Charlie, it was pretty. People were getting wise. Like, people were quick to be like, "Who on a roof?" And like they were like filming, all the roof stuff. So. Like, I think that the old man or the BB gun guy might have been a legit patsy and would have been used if it weren't for the, everybody being like, all right, fuck this shit. Don't listen to people are quick to be like, there's probably a patsy. We're not going to listen to him. Who's where? Like, I think people are getting much more. That's one sign of hope. That,
Can we talk about the security guard behind Charlie that gives the weird?
Bro, there's
like
two.
the hand signals.
There's
two of them. Yeah, there's a guy who pulls
the one
his
guy
hat.
touches his hat. Okay, so listen, this is
I guess
deeper
I have
than you
seen
think.
a lot of this.
These are
Okay.
so these are
I guess
known
I'm pretty caught up.
CIA signals.
They
This
are.
one is your window of opportunity is open, and then this one is take the shot. So bro said your window of opportunity is open. The other guy said take the shot, and Charlie got shot in his neck.
I mean, could it just be a hat adjustment and I got an itch on my face and the other guy's kind of like,
it looked like this. The first guy,
inside jobs.
look, it was in sequence. The first guy, he adjusts his hat and he like pulls on his ear, and the other guy, he like crosses his arms and he like taps his arm. Like, you know what? I'll find the video.
Bro,
find
yes, it's the fucking the back catcher
Wait,
signal, bro.
So is the theory that these patsies are in on it? Like, are they like affiliated with the gunman?
Yeah, the old man and stuff. Yes,
Yeah, well,
in my
that's-
opinion.
that's-
Yes.
I say we get medieval on this shit. Let's fucking detain them and separate, like attach them to a lie detector test and separate them from their digits until they give us a name.
If those guys are Mossad, they're beating the test. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
The misconception.
not my
is that-
test. I'll deal with them.
the misconception is with JFK is that there's one shooter, right? Oh, that was just one guy. It's like, no, there's multiple shooters in case. Well, if you notice, like the governor got shot first, and then JFK gets shot, and that's why he like kind of bends over, and Jackie's kind of like, "Are you okay?" And then he gets shot again, and so it's like there's multiple shooters there. So there could have been multiple shooters, even at the Trump thing in Pennsylvania. Like there, I wouldn't put it past them that there's probably more than one shooter in case one misses and they want another shot or something like that. So they could all be in on the same shit, and they could all be part of a bigger conspiracy. You will never know. We'll question it.
I see the video, but I can't play it because it's so coordinated that as soon as he finishes doing that signal, the shot. But when you look at his reaction, it's like he expected a bullet. The security guard, he barely jumps. Like he like taps his arm and then the bullet hits and he's like,
well, I mean, if you're a security guard though, like
no,
you're supposed to act.
It
right?
was
I mean,
like,
you're not gonna.
It scared him a little bit because he didn't know where the placement, right? I mean, he's standing right behind him,
right?
One shot. That's it.
One shot. But the way that he fucking just did that, like I'm gonna look at it again. I'm gonna look at it.
Okay,
again.
so let me bring this
Do
up.
they train the people they MK Ultra or whatever? Do they get trained with firearms when you go?
Okay,
yeah, of course.
Being,
you ain't gonna train no MK Ultra and not teach him how to shoot.
First guy, he's got a white hat and some glasses on. he adjusts his hat, like specifically,
like
he
this.
like shake, and then with the same hand, because he's got his phone now, he's recording too. With the same hand, he grabs his ear. And as soon as he's done with that,
and then he turns exactly to Charlie too.
as soon as he's done with that, homie behind him goes, he throws his arm out like this and he grabs his sleeve.
He goes like this, which is the signal for take the shot, bro.
Yeah, I saw that guy. Yeah, the guy next to him does like that.
That's take the shot, bro. That one's a known one, bro. These both signals are known signals, brother. This is not like some conspiracy theory, like
But
weird
like you wouldn't use known
shit.
signals. Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah,
here. I
no,
don't
no,
know.
that's what I'm
I
thinking
don't know.
too.
I'm just saying, like,
They
know,
like
if you're trying
being
to
in
pull it
plain
off, you're not
sight.
gonna use
They
known
like the
signals.
idea of being in plain sight to some degree.
Karmatic
That gets
retribution,
them
bro.
off.
oh damn, we going there. Huh?
Adam, thank you.
We going
They
there.
have to tell you what they're gonna do. They
And
have to.
or they're just dumb and they're not that sophisticated. They're still just human beings, flesh and blood like us. They don't know when you're doing it. When it happens in baseball, you got to go to like the second indicator. You got to go to a vocal signal. You got to change it up.
Mm.
Football,
Okay, but why? Why? Just to send a message that hey, if you start questioning, but there are a lot of people questioning Israel. Why Candace should be dead by now? I mean, if it's just questioning Israel,
Candace doesn't do live open stalking like that.
or like Myron Gaines is out here talking crazy on these streets. Why need that?
He was a soft target. You know what I mean? Like he was like kind of out there open and like that was his whole thing, right? It was like come at me, bro. Like come debate me, and like that was his whole thing.
Not shoot me, debate me.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to laugh at it, but no, but I can see that. That's the op, right? It's if you it's divide and conquer. It's we got to stoke this fucking division more. We got to find the most likable, friendly, person who's want to have
autistic Christian kid. Like, bro, leave poor Charlie alone. Like, I can't, bro. Honestly, like, this is what gets me, right? Is like he really was like the best of us, bro. It's not like that's not like some like thing that we're just saying because he's dead or like we didn't deserve what
by
he
all
was
accounts. Doing. Yeah, I mean, I've listened to a bunch of different people, podcasters, a lot of different people. People agreed with him, didn't agree with him. Like, there's a lot of people that met him, and they all said the same thing. Like, this dude was like, I may not agree with everything that he said, but he was like a genuinely good dude and always nice and respectful and really loved his family and even whether or not you agree with his views on religion and Christianity, he lived by those values, like by all intents and purposes, and I mean, God, like what did he tell guys to do? Just like be responsible. That's the other thing that's fucked up. It's like, what did he really say? He didn't say anything crazy.
Family, where he said, find yourself a wife, have so many kids that you can't afford it anymore, and just live a life, bro. That's what he said. That was his message. Like,
and his message was to also. I think this is something that's like going under the like going unspoken, but our biggest source of GDP in America is student loan debt, and he was advocating for people finding alternative methods to make a career for themselves without going to college, and he was exposing how unprepared these college kids are by going and spending $100,000 on an education, and they can't even have a fucking educated debate with this guy who's uneducated. And and he's
got a
telling
high school,
people,
bro. He's got a fucking high school. Like, how crazy is that?
That's crazy too.
College university students couldn't challenge the ideas of a high school guy. Like,
yeah, he was on way too many like third rails, like you were saying. Like he was touching on everything that you're not supposed to talk about. He's talking about violence and immigration, abortion and all that. So to them, like that's their, like, I don't know what you'd call that. Like that's their most sensitive topic that you can talk about to them. So when he's saying like what he truly believes, and then they just all they hear is just one thing, like. Like, he's like, I'm against abortion. It's like, well, we don't need to hear why or what his moral arguments are for that. I just already heard that he's against that, so therefore I'm against him. And so whatever else he says, like I
watched a video of a young woman arguing with her dad today about how it was okay that he got shot because he said horrible things. And the dad agrees with Charlie and was like, so if I said something out in the street, you think I deserve to get shot? And she goes, well, if you say something that's disgusting, like abortion is murder. And it's like, you're saying this to your own father. Like, how fucking detached are you? That like these ideas that, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if we disagree going in and coming out, it's still fine. Still love you. Still love you. And that's the thing, is he really embodied that. Like, he loved everybody. You know,
Is that like talking a big game? Is that like daughter like trying to like talk a big game more than does she really?
It's virtue. It's virtue signaling. It's all fucking virtue signaling.
She's making a TikTok, you know, like
yes, exactly. Why is she having this conversation with her dad on a camera like this?
Can I ask a question to the panel?
It's so bad to put that out there, even if deep down you don't mean it.
The panel accepts your request for a question.
I think that the root of a lot of these like fucking nut jobs, I think the root of all their misery and pain is growing up without a father figure. Because I know that if I would have acted this way as a child, my parents would have beat my ass. And I guarantee if my child, if I have a child one day and they're on TikTok celebrating someone being murdered, and I find out about it, I'm gonna beat their ass. So, would you guys condone beating your children if they did something as reprehensible as celebrate like murder?
Josh, would you like to take this one? Am
I the only father here?
Well, okay, so wait, before you
you are the only father. Speak up, man.
I'm gonna quote the great Cat Williams here, and I'm gonna say publicly to stop beating your kids publicly.
Publicly.
Oh, I'm beating them in their bedroom. Like I'm beating them behind closed doors.
No, I don't believe that's a solution of corporal punishment. I mean, I dealt with that with my family.
Let Josh cook. Okay, so you have a young daughter. What if you were that, 20 years from now, she's like, Dad.
Well, shit. I mean, like that. I think
Adam Choit deserved to die for all the things he said for 30 years now. And how can you support him?
He was
you can't kill people for words, is what it comes down to. But back to
I think
20 million followers on Mars.
That TikTok says a lot more about the relationship between between the daughter and the dad. I think it says a lot more about that than it does about Charlie Kirk. Is that the fact that she feels that way and so disconnected from her father that she is like, oh yeah, if you got killed for talking about politics, that'd be fine. Like, well, you guys have a really toxic relationship. You guys got to deal with that first before you guys start talking about politics and other things.
Put the phones down, guys. Like, go be a father to your daughter, my bro.
You're grounded, young lady. And and.
Or we're going for ice cream and to a movie or whatever you think your daughter needs, right? But like, clearly there's a disconnect here. There's something going on.
Well, all of
people
these people
are losing their humanity. I guess I'm maybe even to be maybe I'm a little caught off guard by it. I guess totally by how people are losing humanity.
Oh yeah.
In a way crazy. That's even we're getting idiocracy, but we're getting even worse elements than that in some regard.
It's not funny, right? It's not funny.
It's not as funny.
Yeah.
Josh, continue what you're saying though, because I mean, you do have a daughter. Like, what is your thought on this idea that?
Well, I was just going to say a lot of these people who are having the reactions that they're chronically online. Like you have to like disconnect. The internet's not real. Go on a hike. Get a bird feeder, something that like entertain you. Go to the ocean. Like get outside, get some fresh air. Like you guys are so caught up on all this vitriol, you're spitting this venom back at each other, and it's like doing nothing constructive for you. You're not learning or you're not like bettering yourself or anything like that. It's okay to like take part in that and be aware of it and partake in it, but like if that's your whole personality, your whole life, like you got to find other hobbies and shit like that. It can't just all be 24 news cycle and like I hate this person, I hate that person, like I'm dehumanizing them, and that's
that doesn't create great philosophers and great thinkers. It just creates a fucking echo chamber.
No.
But I mean, I want to talk. I mean, Deezy,
those are the dumbest people at any time in society. Those people that you guys were describing.
I got a heart out though.
You got hard out.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. We should
I don't know
probably.
if you guys want to wrap or if you guys want to carry on without me, it's all good. But
Yeah. We'll probably end in a second. I just want to just real quick. I mean, Deezy and Fresh. I think a lot. Chris presented the question, like, and not to get too deep into it if you don't want to, but what are your thoughts on that? I mean, because a lot of people argue that okay, father's not being in the household, like, this is a huge problem. But I feel like you two are very upstanding young gentlemen who have, who have very strong moral convictions. I mean.
Sure, but my father wasn't like living with my mother, but like my father was around, and also like my grandfather was a very strong presence in my life. Like I really did learn a lot of how to be a man from my grandfather, right? So like but again, you do need the male influence. Like I was lucky in my opinion, and look, some people get lucky and learn from a negative male influence or the lack of a male influence, but they're not the norm. They're the exceptions that prove the rule.
What do you think?
Patriarchy instills discipline.
Yeah, well, that's the key word right there.
Well, hold on. I want to get Deezy's feedback on this because I mean I think that's. I mean, not to put you on the spot, Deezy, but just it's a relevant question that Chris presented earlier. Like, is there an importance to having a father in the household? Is it absolutely required to ensure that children are raised in the proper way or whatever?
I mean, I don't think so, but I think that it's an odds game, in that the chances of the male being successful without another strong male role model in the house go down drastically. So I don't think that if you don't have a dad, you're not going to be a good person or a good dad or a good man. I don't think that that's what that means. I just think that you don't know how.
Yeah. So again, I think that like statistically there'd be a correlation. Like it'd be there would be more people who probably do worse fucked up shit or like, you know what I mean? If they don't,
or is it, or in your case, Deezy, I mean, I know, you doing sports and fighting and wrestling and all those things, like having like, I guess you could have strong male figures in that realm. Maybe that's like teaching kids to engage in activities that might have those figures, maybe the better way to go. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, my coach was super involved in my life. All of my coaches, from everything, wrestling, boxing, football, those are all great role models. Some teachers in school were also good role models. But my mom, I've also seen my mom fight men. So at the same time,
we got to get your mom on the show, dude, at some point. We should get all of our moms on the show at some point. I think that'd be fucking, I want to meet I want to meet your mom, dude. She sounds like
at the same time, my mom whooped my ass and kept me in line, and she was my dad sometimes when she had to be. Even when I had a stepdad in the house who was not even man enough to be the dad of the house.
You got to have a father figure of some kind.
That's what
my mom will tell you. My mom will tell you today she's got enough testosterone in her blood to be my dad too. So,
all right. I mean, we should probably head on out of here. I know you got a hard out, Josh, and this has been fantastic. I'm so glad you guys all came on the show today. This is awesome. This is fun. I think this is the way forward. Like in any situation where you feel down and out, is to hopefully. I mean, that's one thing I worry about with certain young people. They don't even have anybody. Who knows? Let's say the shooter is just Trantifa, whatever. There's no like bigger conspiracy here. I mean, like, there's a lot of kids that like don't know, like they don't know how to make friends. Like that's inconceivable to me. Like I never had trouble making friends. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's like no friends. Like not one friend. You don't know how to make a friend. It's crazy to me. But I guess if you're growing up in computer games and you're being helicoptered to death, and all this shit, like I don't know. I mean,
we had computer games.
I mean, yeah, sure,
bro. But we were in a balance. We were in a balance.
That's
This
what I
kid's not
feel like. I
gonna
feel, I feel like maybe that's just a product of our generation and wisdom and being maybe a little older, is that we can feel when we haven't gone outside enough and gone on a hike or gone on a walk or got enough vitamin D. I'm like, oh shit, I've been at a desk for fucking too long. I've been inside for too long. I better like you can.
Go
I
outside.
feel that I know myself more than maybe I used to. In the
Yeah,
past.
but they never went outside, so they don't know what that is.
I mean, Chris, I
Yeah.
think you're probably the youngest of us.
It's
I think you are
dystopian.
Gen Z, right? So I mean,
I'm-
what have
no,
you observed?
I'm
Or
30.
no?
I'm 34. What
34?
am I the
I
youngest?
think
No,
I'm
he's the youngest.
the
Oh,
baby.
Deezy.
I think
Okay.
I'm
I'm
30.
just curious because I don't know really. I mean, I'm old now, man. This is what makes me feel old. I have no concept of like what a Gen Z or Gen Alpha fucking kid is going through or thinks or like,
I
don't know.
actually have a lot of hope for Gen Z
Never
because
will.
like I think they're coming back to like traditional values, you know. Like I do have hope for them, you know. And Charlie Kirk was younger than me, you know. Like I think this younger generation that's underneath millennials are going to, I think they're actually going to do good things.
I agree with that. Well,
All
boys,
right.
I think this has been a great episode. Thank you guys all for coming on.
Listen, I do want to do a final
Charlie
goat toast. I want
and,
to do a final goat toast to
toast to
R.I.P. Charlie
Charlie.
Kirk. Whatever you felt about
You're a
him,
great man.
could still respect the hustle. And I watched the Candace interview, man. That thing that for anybody maybe cynical out there who is just, saying how great it is that this has happened. You watch that Candace interview, man, it fucked me up. It's like, and fuck Candace either. I mean, if you don't like her, it doesn't matter. Watch it. Like she really did. She knew him really, really well and really closely. And it was really beautifully done, like her tribute to him. And it really just talked about him as a person and what kind of person he was. So I recommend it if you're wondering, who this person is, or maybe you don't know who he is and you're new, like watch that. We'll put it in the show notes. So anyway, with that, first of all, everybody here is a goat. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Adam, Chris, and Josh. And then my co-host, Fresh and Deezy. Fresh, thank you for putting together that montage. That was beautiful. And I think that's about it, guys. Fresh, what are the goats out there that believe in freedom and want to live life and be prosperous and aren't engaged in nihilistic?
So you gotta do a few things. You gotta like, you gotta subscribe, you gotta comment, you gotta hit the bell, but then you gotta go out and talk to somebody you disagree with.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.